So what was your first impression of the cover?
I honestly really like it. I love the color scheme. Everything is really bright and it definitely follows the conventions of a pop punk magazine. I like how everything is really big and it's really easy to see from a far distance. So if this was in a shop or something, it would be very eye-catching. The use of fonts and the use of shapes are used really like effectively, and it really looks nice. I love the masthead. I think it's really creative, and I think it's really attractive.
Do you think that anything could be improved on it? Like, do you have any suggestions?
The cover lines, the main cover lines in white, I personally am not a big of, I don't love that font, but I can see why it's been used. So.
And what about the contents page? What was your first impression of that?
I love the contents page. It gives me like Alice in the Wonderland meets pop punk vibes, and I think that's super interesting and really intriguing towards an age group like mine.
Is that because it's the main image on the page?
Yes, it's super cool. I love the use of like purple into it, and I love the way there's stars, and it's just excellent. I really like it. I think it's really good. I like the layout. I think it's easy to see. I like how I think it's really interesting how there's a section for the editor of the magazine. I think I've never seen that before, and I think that's really cool.
What about the double page spread?
I really like the double page spread. I really think it's cool to have a graffiti pattern. I've never seen anything like this before.
Do you think it relates to like the topic of the article?
Yeah, it makes sense because it says you're love with a cause, and that people go paint on walls and things, and that's kind of rebellious. So I see why. I think it's super cool, and I also think her position relates to the title.
So if you were like a pop punk fan, you might not necessarily be, but would you read like the magazine?
Yeah, I would, but as you said, I'm more of a pop music fan. But this, if I were to be a pop punk fan, I would read it. I think the cover and the contents page attracts me more because I think it just kind of relates to other genres as well. But the double page spread is really pop punk, which is why I kind of personally, it's not like my favorite.
Is there anything that you think I could improve overall?
For the double page spread?
Sure.
I think I think it's really good.
Really? Oh, thank you. So do you have any final things to say about any of the...
Do you want me to rate my favorite?
Yeah, sure. Sorry. Can you say which one is your favorite, from your least to your most favorite?
My favorite page is definitely the front cover.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's amazing. And the most attracting page for me is the contents page. I love the contents page. But I think the most realistic one is the front cover for sure. It looks really real, which it's very hard to achieve. And the double page spread also looks really original and real. And I like the use of different techniques you have done. It shows a lot of dedication.
If you were given any context, what would you think that the main cover line was about just by looking at the model's image on the front cover?
I would think it would be something to do with how serious she is, or something very not something fun and sparky, something deep, intense, or meaningful. So I think the cover line relates perfectly to the image. It makes a lot of sense.
Do you think any of the cover lines that you see on the contents page or the cover page, do you think that there's something you would read in a pop punk magazine?
I think the Sixth Sense makes me want to know more, like what's so cool about it. Like it's a Sixth Sense, Tales from the Beyond, and I think that's really interesting. I also like the Day and Night, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I think that's like ooh, like intimidating. And I also like how there's like an extra little banner thing and it says also inside, and it makes me think that I'm getting extra information. So that's kind of exciting. So it says past, present, and future, and it's just really like the details that kind of make it look really attracting and intimidating.
Thank you.